Hi guys, good morning. It's been a long time since I've vlogged, and that's kind of like the understatement of the year, so my god, sorry. I figured I'd catch you guys up and kind of do like a day in the life of me right now, which is pretty hectic, honestly. That is my plan for today, is to kind of show you guys what life is like right now. This is Miss Sunshine, and she just recently had a public access test, like a mock one, of course. I tried to dress as formal yet as casual as possible so that I could do all the lifting that I have to do today. Because they were like, oh, Michaela, just do it. And I'm like, Michaela, might not be able to do it, but if you want to try, I won't stop you. So we'll see how it goes. So, anyway, basically the plan for today is I'm going to go into work, and hopefully I'll vlog a little bit, but I'm always really awkward, even though I basically hang out in the basement by myself, you know. I'm still very, very awkward because I don't want to be caught, like, filming, you know. And part of my job is really confidential. Well, not really confidential. Parts of it is confidential, so it's not necessarily like I want to be like, oh, look, here's all this confidential stuff. So, anyways, right now, I have to take Miss Sunshine outside, but I'm gonna go load my car first, so, yeah. Okay, so we have stuff loaded in the car. I just gotta get Sunshine, and we can go. But we gotta go outside, so we do have to do that first. But we're heading out for the day from the apartment. So, yeah. All right, we're in the car. Hi. You guys get vertical vlogging again. It has been a while since I've sat in front of the camera and actually posted something, but I am willing it to happen now. I've recorded a similar vlog, or actually a lot of similar vlogs. I just haven't posted them because I haven't had the time. So you guys might be wondering, where the heck have you been? And the answer is, I have been through the ringer. I've been through the ringer. So in the past month, Sunshine got a nasty UTI. And our shop took off, and then our machines died. So that's what we're dealing with right now. I'm trying to graduate, so I have homework, and just trying to keep everything afloat has been really difficult. Oh, and then I have this job that I'm heading to right now on top of that I've been trying to work at least 20 hours a week, which worked last month and it didn't work as well this month, that goal. So, yeah, Sunshine is in the back though. She's gonna hang out with Toby's today. She's gonna go play with Toby's. Go with Toby's. So, that is the plan. Oh, I forgot Toby's pickle. Dang it. I bought a BarkBox pickle for Sunshine, and Sunshine freaking loves it, but I wanted Toby to have one too. Wow, this hangnail hurts, and I just didn't have a nail clippers that I could find easily. So the plan today is I am packing, like, I don't know how to describe it. So they're like, I guess I'm going to call them like souvenir bags. There's a reason for them, but I'm not necessarily going to share the reason. But basically, I have to fill these bags with like toys and games and stuff. Yeah. It's weird. I have to take inventory of it all, and then I have to do it. And my office is apparently a mess, so I have to work on that. I don't actually have my own office space, forewarning. I just decided that it was better for Sunshine if so the option was to store stuff downstairs in this office instead of sit upstairs in my cubicle, and I ended up just staying downstairs because Sunshine just fits better there. I mean, like, in a cubicle, like, she's like leashed, and like obviously in this office room, you know, I can close the door and she can walk around at least, but she is like under control. But with her training lately, I think we have to kind of go back to like, okay, you do need to be leashed until you can stay put, you know. She just wants to say hi to everybody, and she can't. I thought she could, and she can't. frustrating. So yeah, so basically what I do, if you guys haven't heard it yet, which I don't think you have, I've tried recording this vlog again many times. Why this vlog out of all of them that hasn't gotten posted? Just kidding, there's a lot of them. I don't know. Anyways, so I work at like a nonprofit that provides more like opportunities for like kids in early childhood, so like kids like under kindergarten age to learn and grow and thrive. So we provide different opportunities for them to do that. And I can't share a ton of it on here because I don't want to necessarily. It's important to me, but it's not like, obviously I'm only gonna share what's important to like our training, I guess. I don't know. Part of it is that a good chunk of it is confidential, so you know. But I do different things, like we've got like a free book program, and like kids get books every month, and there's parenting classes, things like that, that I help kind of coordinate and do communications for. You know, and I'm hoping to do this after graduation. We just have to see, because right now there isn't really anything set in stone, which makes me anxious, but I understand, because, you know, nonprofits constantly are in change and flux, and, you know, so why body? Why? Oh, another thing, in case you guys wanted to know, not that you want to know, but if you don't like hearing about IBS, you can skip ahead by, I believe, I guess that's a weird way to say it, I have reason to believe that I am lactose intolerant, which makes me very upset. It's been very upsetting. I'm really frustrated about it, but, you know, I'm just gonna take a deep breath, you know. It's just another spite of life, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I don't want the AC on, and it's really hot in here now, so basically, I had gotten some yogurt like a month or two ago to like have for breakfast, and so I was eating breakfast, you know, and a couple hours later I had really bad like gut spasms, and with IBS, you know, I tend to have gut spasms, which just happened, and I have a medication for it, but I was like, oh, this is weird, okay. And then the next day I had more yogurt, and it happened again, and like I was having softer, you know, more urgent bowel movements, which happens for me with IBS because I guess it's weird because I haven't made like an IBS video, so it's hard to talk about. But basically, if I haven't talked about it before, I have been constipated for most of my life, and I guess I just didn't know differently. So my doctor just didn't figure her crap out, I guess. My pediatrician. I'm just chronically constipated, and that's how it is. That's why it's like IBS-C. But when they were like, okay, you're obviously really backed up, they did many medications, but one of the ones they did was the Linzess. And Linzess did okay, but it was like the only option I had at the time, and that option was causing me to have accidents, because, you know, when you're so used to something for so long and then your body changes, it's just kind of like your body's not ready for it. And honestly, my body was never ready for it. I did try to do pelvic floor PT, and I'll make a video eventually about like just how that made me feel as someone who, not only was it painful, but as being someone who's asexual, it was difficult, I guess, in a way, because I don't know. I don't use that part of my body for anything except having periods. It's weird. Well, obviously it does things, and it's cool, and humans are cool, anatomy is cool, but, you know, my babies. it's just weird. Anyways, so I was on Linzess, and I was having accidents, and even though I ended up getting like used to it, it was still like urgency. Like I had to go right when my body was like, oh my God, it's time. So, you know, that was difficult. And I did switch GI doctors, and I'm on something that was working. And I don't know what it is, if it is just me, like, also learning I'm lactose intolerant, or if it's just the fact that my body's like, well, this was working, and then, you know, we want to make it more urgent now. I'm not having accidents, but I am having close calls to accidents. And it's weird to talk about because it's like, it's embarrassing, you know. I don't want to be on the internet and be like, oh my God, I'm having accidents. Like, oh, no, I'm potty trained. I don't know. It's just awkward, you know. So, yeah, hi, babies. Sunshine is a good girl. So, it's just been really frustrating. And then with the lactose intolerance thing, I was like, oh, okay, can't have yogurt. I had stayed away from yogurt because I know that it doesn't really sit with my stomach very well. But I didn't know that it was affecting my, like, IBS, I guess. Like, my lower GI tract. So then I got a Shamrock shake from McDonald's. And I do that when they're out, you know, like every year I at least get one, you know. And so I was drinking that. I don't know what you necessarily define that as. But, you know, I had one, and within a couple hours, the same thing happened. The gut spasms, the urgency. So I have reason to believe that my body is reacting to it in some way, and I'm just going to guess that that's lactose intolerance, because that's the normal way that people's bodies, well, it's not normal, but it's the most common way that people's body reacts to lactose. So it's really upsetting. When I did some research on it, it happens to people as they get older, which just kind of, like, it just sucks, because I love milk. Like, it's gonna sound stupid, but, like, I've tried going lactose intolerant many times. Oh, actually, probably not that many. I've gone lactose intolerant a couple times in my life. When I was little, the doctors had told my mom that milk could the lactose, or like the milk would make me hyper. So they switched me to like almond milk, and I got juice at lunch, which, yay. The good thing about that was that they never, even though the doctor was like, fine, stop doing that, they never took it off of my, like, lunch account for school. So I had juice for lunch all the way up till 12th grade, which was awesome. Because, like, it was just a choice I could make. And in, like, high school, we could buy juice, but, like, I got it for free. So, So, if this person's gonna be on my ass, I'm gonna be very cranky, okay? Like, just don't. Tell me something that they'll know, sunshine. So, yeah. Sorry. And then, when I was my freshman year of college, my primary, the one that was my pediatrician, was like, well, you're probably lactose intolerant. That's probably why you're so constipated and having such bowel issues. So you should just stop drinking dairy. I tried it for a week, and at one point I was like, you know what, I can't do this. Like, it doesn't feel normal to me. It, like, drinking like juice and soda with like dinner, where like I normally wouldn't do that. It was really uncomfortable, I guess. I did try like soy milk, because that's what they had at the dining hall at the time. It wasn't going well. I have not tried milk yet since we kind of figured out that this happened. I did end up getting lactose-free milk, because, you know, I guess, I don't know, as if, like, I guess it was probably prevalent when I was little in society, but I don't know as if it was that prevalent. I think it's more prevalent in society now as I'm older, in the 2020s, more lactose intolerant, or it's like there's more, I guess, awareness of it. So, you know, I think that there's more choices as to how to be able to have lactose without necessarily having to cold turkey. There's, you know, there is almond in soy milk, which are fine if you like that, but I don't. I think the closest I got to liking it was like chocolate soy milk. You know, it didn't sit well with my stomach. So we have some lactose-free milk in the fridge at the apartment right now. I have not tried it yet. But it's kind of upsetting that my body just can't handle it anymore. Because the weird thing is, it's not like I stopped eating dairy and then started again, like, other than milk. Like yogurt, yeah, I don't eat that often, but, you know, I have ice cream on occasion, like, not in, like, I don't know, not an abnormal amount. And cheese already upsets my stomach. It depends on the situation, but sometimes cheese... Can you lay down, please? Lay down. Cheese has upset my stomach in the past. Not necessarily affecting the IBS kind of thing, but, you know. I mean, it's close, so. It's just really difficult and frustrating. Because that's another thing I've been dealing with. It's pretty crummy in Wisconsin right now. Mother Nature is still trying to decide what she wants to do with her life. I don't think she's picked yet. Hopefully she will someday. There's no more snow, though, which makes Sunshine sad, but I'm actually kind of glad. Well, not for Sunshine's sake. I love watching her in the snow, but, you know, just, like, it's just kind of, it gets kind of gross at a certain point. And I just kind of want it to be nice. The other day it was 70, and that was really nice. Now it is 36. I'm just kind of at a point where I think I'm just really struggling to keep everything afloat, and I think I just need to focus. Which, you know, our machines kind of, all of our embroidery machines kind of went kaput in terms of the shop, which has been really, it's not good. We've had to refund a couple people, because we just can't really keep up if we don't have anything to work with. So I'm going to spend this weekend trying to work on the machines again, but, you know, I had a point where I had a machine that wasn't working before. And at the end of the day, it was still frustrating, it was still upsetting, so it's kind of traumatic now, like, that this is happening again, because we ended up doing really well before. I just didn't sell anything, and now we're actually selling stuff, and we were doing good. So it's really depressing, and it's kind of traumatic, because it's like all these people really want to support me in Brielle, and it's upsetting because I know that I'm letting people down, and I just don't want to let people down, you know. So sorry, I don't want to take all this because I've got my phone. I've been talking for a while, and I love how this is going to turn into like a 5-minute segment where I'm going to delete most of it. But I like ranting, I guess. So yeah. I don't know. I'm like 2 months from graduation, month and a half, and it's freaking me out. It's just like I didn't enjoy college because, like, as much as I could have, because I obviously have a chronic illness. I'm sick, you know. But the major reason for that, like, you know, I could have figured my way out, you know. It wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't for the fatigue. And it is kind of upsetting that it took them so long to actually, like, be like, okay, fine, we'll test you, we'll see how this is going. Yeah. So, just the fact that didn't happen immediately, like, not necessarily immediately, but when the complaints started, you know, is upsetting. But, you know, it takes a bajillion years to get diagnosed with POTS anyways. So, you know, it's just really, it's kind of a letdown. I don't know. But now that I'm actually awake enough to participate, I'm close to graduation, so it's kind of futile to do anything. Like join a club or do something else. It's just, I look back on the fact that, like, I didn't use some of the spaces, the resources that I could have in terms of, like, my college career. Like, I don't know, sitting in the library doing homework. Like, that's not something I did. So I didn't change up my environment because I wasn't able to stay awake long enough, or I would get a migraine. And yeah, migraines still happen, but it's not this damn pimple. I didn't put any makeup on. It bothers me a little bit because but at the same time, I'm not going to be doing something formal today. I'm going to sit and take inventory. So I didn't think I had to dress up, so I'm not that fancy. It's just weird to look back and, like, sort of feel regret almost, but at the same time, I have to remind myself that I didn't have control over my... Well, I did, like, I could have pushed myself, but I think it would have just made it worse overall to get other stuff done, to be able to do homework. I don't want to push myself to, like, force myself to go to clubs and stuff if it's going to affect my homework. So, at the end of the day, I just have to remind myself that I did the best I could with what I had, and now that I'm awake enough, I can enjoy the world. And, I think a lot of my, like, focus on, like, medical stuff actually has probably even, like, relaxed a little bit since I've been on the hypersomnia medication, because I'm able to be like, well, I'm actually awake enough to take care of this issue. It's not like I have the motivation to deal with this issue, or to even attempt to deal with this issue, because I'm awake, so it's amazing. I almost cried when I was talking to my sleep doctor. I was like, oh my God, I'm actually awake right now. Unfortunately, I have to call that same doctor back because it's also my asthma doctor, and my asthma medications just bumped up prices and I can't afford it. So that's frustrating. So yeah. I don't know. There's just a lot. But anyways, I'm awake enough now, and I think I have, like, this is going to sound weird because I had 0 patience, but I actually think I have a little more patience than I used to. I'm awake enough to kind of, like, with, like, my mental health stuff, I'm awake enough to be like, okay, I understand, and I have different care doctors, or my doctors have changed their outlook on things, and, they're human, so they do that. My autonomic doctor originally was like, well, you're not listening to me, so I'm not going to help you. And it's not necessarily that I wasn't listening. I just didn't, I couldn't see how what he was recommending would actually help me. And, some things from him, I'm like, dude, I don't know how you expect me to do this. Like compression socks, they're not covered the same way anymore. So I got one nice custom pair, or I guess two of each, and you're only supposed to wear them for 6 months, and that's it. But, I might just have to wear them till they wear out. Pun intended, I guess. Eventually I'm really hoping I'll have the motivation to do something like, they've got the CHOP, which is like the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. They've got that POTS workout regimen that you're supposed to do, and, eventually it would be really nice to do that, because I haven't been able to do that because I was either on medication that was making it beyond difficult, like beta blockers, roll my eyes at that, or like I just was so tired I couldn't keep up with it. Like, routines are really hard for me with ADHD as it is, and then if you're exhausted, it's just really hard to keep up with. So I'm glad to say that, like, I have a couple of routines that I'm doing a lot better with keeping up with. I'm not perfect, but I am doing a lot better. So, but, I'm awake now, and I feel like I haven't been awake in many years. And it's even hard to just look back at the fact that, like, how far I've come working towards this point, towards graduation, like, even just high school to now. And the fact that I wasn't awake then either, you know. I say I wasn't, like, awake, and I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I wasn't able to, have a level of being alert enough to, I guess, enjoy life as much as I wanted to. It was a lot more difficult. I was a lot more, unstable in terms of, like, mood. Not necessarily unstable in general, but, like my mood over fluctuated, I guess. I don't know. I was always sad, you know, which makes sense when you have hypersomnia and you can't, like, control it and you don't know what's going on and no one's listening to you. Seems like a lot of chronic illnesses that we have, huh? Huh, fam? So, anyways, I'm actually pulling in to drop her off. My mom is actually home today, which I didn't know. And so my mom is going to hang out with Sunshine and Toby. It's just Sunshine cannot hang out in the kennel for any reason unless no one's home. So my mom's just going to have fun with that. But thanks for talking to me, guys. I guess I've needed to talk. I've now filmed for a half an hour, but you obviously aren't going to see all of that because I'm going to edit it. Not everything is meant to go in the vlog. It's just meant for me to de-stress. So, all right, guys. I will talk to you guys in a little bit when I get back in the car. All right, guys. Sunshine is home with my mom and Toby. This is the first time Toby's been able to, like, interact with Sunshine in a month. So I just am a little worried that Sunshine's going to be a little too play hard, but, you know, I think Toby needs that. He needs a buddy. So hopefully that all goes well. I trust my mom, you know. So yeah, I gotta hang now. So I'm on my way to work right now, and I get to do my inventory thing. Oh my god, I'm just not thrilled. Like, I didn't go in last week, and they were kind of frustrated with me. Well, I wasn't feeling good. Literally every time I stepped outside, I just had, like, asthma issues and drainage, and just, it wasn't good. And I know now that it's because I tried to restart my allergy meds, and it just wasn't, like, a prime opportunity to do that. I'm gonna head to work, which is, like, a 5-minute drive from my parents' house, which is awesome. It's not as exciting of a day as most days. It's actually probably going to be more tedious for me than anything, but I am going to do my best, you know? Gotta do my best. Hi guys, today's kind of a weird day to vlog, but I guess I'm here. So basically I walked into work, and exactly as I expected, the room was filled with boxes. So basically they had a bunch of stuff shipped, and it's my job to, like, see how much is there and, like, put it together and stuff. And there's just a lot, you know. Like, I walked in and every corner of the room is filled with boxes. So I got really overwhelmed, and I stood there for 5 minutes, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. So I called one of my friends, and we were, like, she was able to talk to me, so I was able to at least start something. But it's just a lot. I guess none of us really expected it to be that much. We expected things to kind of be smaller and more, like, condensed. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it is. So I worked as long as I could, and then I just feel really nauseous, and my head is starting to hurt. But hopefully I can just take some ibuprofen and see if that helps, because I'm catching it early enough. And yes, I am taking ibuprofen for my migraines right now. Because, like, when I can't take my shot, I use ibuprofen, and I just kind of switch back and forth, even though you're not supposed to take ibuprofen with IBS, because it, like, causes stomach issues. So now I'm on my way home, and I'm probably going to go back again after lunch. I'm going to spend some time with Sunshine and Toby and my mom. I haven't seen my mom in a while. Brielle's having a really rough day. She's just really depressed about shop stuff, so, and there's nothing I can really do about that. And honestly, I just kind of want to let her process her feelings, because I don't know if me being there helps or not. So so yeah, I am going back for lunch, and then I'm gonna go back because there's just a lot of stuff, and I don't feel comfortable not making a dent in it. I need things to be cleaner. So I already have a hard time like cleaning my room, because what I'll do is I'll go to like each area and I'll eventually make a circle, and like all it does is move stuff around. So I'm kind of worried that me cleaning it, or me doing this on my own, is kind of like not a great idea, but you know, I'm doing my best. Luckily my boss, who's like transitioning between jobs, she it sounds like she might come in today, so I might stay just to help her out, and then I'll just stay in town another night. I am worried about Brielle right now, but I need to do my own stuff, so. And I need to sleep. Oh my god, I need to sleep. I'm exhausted, and I think it's because I'm hungry, so. This is the life. So, alright, I'll talk to you guys later.